Hello BookTube, this is Alan and welcome back to my channel. Today is Tag Tuesday, so I'm here with a tag. I've actually been tagged in two tags, and the DNF tag and another tag, the Brandon Sanderson tag, and I haven't got to that one yet. I've been tagged twice in that one. I was only tagged once in the DNF tag, or Did Not Finish tag. The original tag was done by Gunpowder Fiction and Plot, and I was tagged by Bill Rutenberg over the Rutenberg Library. He did an excellent video on this tag, and he's with his daughter, Crimson. So let's get started here. There's 8 prompts. Prompt number 1, do you DNF? Yes, I do. And I came across a quote by Steven Spielberg, who said that stories used to have a beginning, middle, and end. Now stories just have a beginning, and a beginning. And that's true. Yeah, that is true. That's probably why I DNF. And also, it might be because of tiredness, but when I'm reading a book, I get to the point where I flip ahead to see how long the chapter is, and maybe it's tiredness, I'm not sure, or maybe disinterested in the story. So, problem number 2, if you DNF a book, does it count towards books you read that month? Well, I have a Goodreads account, and I DNF'd a book, and they counted it. So, question number 3. Is there a difference between DNF and just putting it down for a bit? Well, yes, there is. Reach back here at my shelf. I have started this back in December. This book is about over 600 pages, a little over 600. Biography of Walt Disney. And so I just put it down for a bit and haven't got back to it. It's like page 213. So I got about 400 pages to go on that. And I don't know when I'm going to get back to it. I have no idea. It might be later this year. Probably about the same time I started reading it. So, yeah, other things just come up, and other books just come up, and other interests. And I just haven't got back to it. It's a good book. Question number 4. What popular book have you DNF'd? That would be this one. Jane Austen's Sense and Sensibility. It's a very popular book. I really couldn't get interested in this book at all. It just, I kept skipping pages and wondering where the plot and the characters were going. I made it to page 132 before I said, "Oh, this is enough. I can just put it down." So yeah, Jane Austen's Sense and Sensibility, which I tried to read for Jane Austen in July. There's Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky, which I attempted to read twice before giving up, and I gave up on the same twice at the same point in the story. Maybe I should just skip that point and go on. What book do you wish you had DNF? This is prompt number 5. What book do you wish you had DNF? And that's a lot of Stephen King books. There's one book in particular in which Stephen King writes, basically it's a memoir of him protesting against the Vietnam War when he was at the University of Maine, one of their extension colleges. And basically it's just, the first part of the story it's called Man in Yellow Coats, but the next part of the story has this main character going to the University of Maine at Orono, and also getting involved in protests against the Vietnam War. And then he has somebody who came back from the Vietnam War. In fact, 2 people came back from the Vietnam War and the story treated the Vietnam veterans as scam artists or beggars or losers. And there's another character in the story who gets involved in the Weather Underground and starts blowing up buildings. Oh, you've heard this before, right? It's happening today. And everything has a beginning. And blowing up federal buildings, and Stephen King praises that person. There's another one, fire started, which I didn't care for. Salem's Lot, which I didn't care for. His second story in the it was the series, the Gunslinger series, I believe it is, and the Man in Black went across the desert. And that series, the second book I finished, was just I couldn't stand it at all. And yeah, there were a couple of the Stephen King books I didn't like, and I wish I had DNF'd those. And there's a couple of them. There's a couple more. Excuse me. There's a couple more that I can't think of that I wish I didn't. That was just totally bad. Now, prompt number 6. Did you ever attempt to read a DNF? Reread a DNF, excuse me. Has this been successful for you? Well, I mentioned before that I tried to reread Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment, but I really, no, I couldn't do it. So I just don't do it. Prompt number 7. What do you do with books you DNF? I give them to the free little library down the street. There was a container, 2 containers that gives to supports. You've probably seen them on street corners. They support disabilities or children or children's hospital, and money goes to them. So yes, and I don't try to resell them. I don't want to get much for them. But there is a store that gives you store credit, discount store. You bring in books, they'll give you store credit, but I haven't been in that store in a long time. And the last prompt number 8, do you choose more or less risky titles because of your tendency to DNF? Not really. I choose titles that I would think would fit what I like. Certain sections, certain genres that I like historical fiction, or biographies, or thrillers. So those are probably not risky. I got trying to read science fiction, so I'm trying to get into that. And I would stay away from magical realism. But yeah, no, I don't choose risky titles because I DNF. I may choose a risky title because it's not part of the genre that I read. Currently, I'm reading a cozy mystery, and I've never read a cozy mystery before, and it's going along pretty good. I'm enjoying it. So thank you very much, Bill Rutenberg, for tagging me. And if you haven't done this tag, feel free to do so. It's a lot of people have done it on BookTube, and thank you very much, BookTube, and have a good week.